day 2 of the hike. It has not stopped raining all night. It's supposed to stop in a few hours, which is good. Luckily, I have this little shelter. Oh, good God. So I can try and prepare my coffee. These little coffee bags, which I saw advertised on telly, I thought I'd give them a go. They were on offer. My advice would be, don't bother, they're rubbish. I even had one of these sachets with it and it's still a little weak. Just me here. Does that tell you a story? Am I nuts or what? Just been dropped off by the bus to resume the southern Upland Way from where I left off yesterday. I'm at the junction where I left the trail yesterday. Southern Upland Way through Castle Kennedy Gardens, very famous these apparently. I'm at the junction where I left the trail yesterday. Southern Upland Way through Castle Kennedy Gardens, very famous these apparently. It's been one hell of a night. It has not stopped raining since, I don't know, 7 o'clock last night. I slept most of the night and my tent has been a good boy, relatively. A little bit of dampness inside and condensation, but all in all held up well really. So that's good, very good news. And my phone is playing up like anything when it gets a bit of moisture on it. So I'm not going to put my app on today until I need it. 2 reasons, because I've got 2 days now until I get a bus to Newton Stewart to a bed and breakfast. I've got some charging banks, but just in case, I'm not going to drain the battery on my phone needlessly in case I get into trouble really. You never know. So no story of the day. Beehive Bothy I'm going to be passing or staying in today, 14 miles away. I did intend to stay there, but I think it's going to be too short, I'm not sure. I shall see how I feel and how I get on with these Wellingtons with the weight. Now I've got extra weight today. It's about 9:10 in the morning now. Shame there wasn't a little bit later. The next bus for me for my 2 to 3 mile journey from Stranraer would have been 11:30 I think, which would have been a bit too late. 10:30, 10 o'clock or 10:30 would have been ideal. Yeah, so I booked a bed and breakfast tomorrow night in Newton Stewart. So it's about 14-15 miles tomorrow from the Beehive Bothy, so I could always possibly do a shorter day tomorrow and make use of the bed and breakfast. And the charging facility facilities. Come from over there, and I nearly missed this signpost now. I was going that way. This is what I'm dealing with already, and I'm not even in the boggy part yet. You're knackered, I think, in normal walking shoes on this trip. I've come from behind, and now I've got a little bit of welcome road walking. Nice little bit of mixture, and these sticks, they do come in handy where you can test the terrain before stepping on the terrain, as it were, and see what you're dealing with. Ooh. The path is skirting along this wee burn for quite a while. Look at the sheer force on that from relatively flat ground. I do not know what's going on here. Oh, don't fall. Am I supposed to take one out and hang on a tree? These trees go to the heaven. Oh, huge, huge, huge trees. Down here, I've seen this footage before on YouTube. This little bridge, but not as fierce as today. Look at that. I'm guessing that's the track to Stranraer. It was only a single track in Stranraer yesterday when I saw it, and now navigate myself through this shenanigans. A train would be good now. I like to see an old train on the trails. Going over the swing bridge. We all tend to film the same things. River Cree, I think. Very fast flowing. And this would be a lovely place to wild camp if you happen to bring your strimmer with you. Lol. New Loose is that way, and some people walk along the road instead of taking the official route, which is up here. This is boggy, trust me. And now the remoteness begins. I've come through that gate there, and through here. Wish me luck. You haven't got a cat in hell's chance with any boot really, other than wellies, to keep dry anyway. Onwards and upwards, as it were. Caves of Kilhern, 200 metres. Not for me. I've come from over that hill over there and down to this road and walked up this road. Been a good slog for about half a mile to 3/4 of a mile. Going through a farmhouse. They put these little walking platforms along the way now and again. I don't know why they bother, in all honesty. Turbine territory. Sending me underneath the wind turbines. I've just come up from down there. You do need the help of your GPS at times, because there was no signs there and no paths really, so I probably would have ended up going that way to this gate here now and up, and there's a little signpost there which is useless when you're down there. So I'm on track. Now, one of these mountains in front of me is the Merrick, and there was a pit about 3 years ago, and look at all these wind farms, and it's the longest line of sight in Britain, with Snowdon in Wales. You can actually see Mount Snowdon from the Merrick here on a clear day, apparently. 144 miles. Oh. Come from over there. Nice view of the wind farm, and this way towards the famous Beehive Bothy. Been looking forward to see this for years. I haven't got far at all to go now to the Bothy. Who would have thought it would have been so near these wind turbines? Down that way for me. Oh, half a mile I'm guessing, I'm not sure. I am shattered. I'll probably get the place to myself. I don't know if I'm going to sleep there tonight. It's early, but I'm shattered. Pros and cons of these Wellingtons. Pros, you can relax going through the bogs knowing you're not going to get your feet wet. And the cons, they're heavier than normal shoes, so you're carrying more weight on every step and you get tired quicker. But the pros outweigh the cons so far for me. At least I'm managing. Come from over there. And there she is. The Beehive hut. And there is a water source here, which I knew. There's a water source near all of the Bothys along this route, which is good. You don't need to carry unnecessary weight. I've just chucked everything out of the bag to dry out and stripped myself. Oh, good. Well, I've been here. What do I do? 4 o'clock, I'll decide in about. I'm having a cup of coffee regardless. The colour of the water from this river is rank. I've decided to stay the night in the Bothy. I'm going to leave that there to dry, and if I'm going to have to go in it, I'll go in it if somebody else turns up here. Signed the Bothy book from where I'm from. Some stuff hanged to dry, and here is my pad and sleeping bag, and my stuff there to make my tea later on. And a few books here. Walking the Way, something to read after because it's only 5 o'clock. Preparing my beef stew goulash. Hope for the best. Oh! Come on, closer. Just making myself a coffee. I have two. I usually have one of these with another one of these, but I bought 10 of these rubbish coffee bags. Won't be buying them again. Weak as anything. Coloured coffee. Coloured water from the stream. I've just had a beef goulash with noodles and midges. They're everywhere. I've got a head net in there. I wonder if it works. Actually works. Nee, 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 nee. Lagagagan, standing stones, apparently, and I'm quite hopeful nobody's going to turn up now and disturb me. I'm going to call it a day. Tent is nice and dry, and I shall go there if somebody turns up. Otherwise, it's good night from me.